where Collin Sexton played, who is just seems to keep jumping up the ranks. Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
Morning, Coach. Good morning. I'm doing well. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing good. Hey, Coach, my dad always told me when I got into coaching, to get great players, they tend to make you a better coach. In college, at least you can go recruit them. In high school, you got to kind of hope they live in your area. But I think you got one there in Collin Sexton. Tell us a little bit about him and his growth this summer. It seems like he just keeps shooting up the charts.
Yes, sir. Well, your dad is absolutely correct. I run the same plays I ran 6 years ago, and I look like a genius right now. I'll tell you that. Collin is an extremely hard worker. At the end of last season, we lost in the state championship, and what we always try to do is have our guys to write down goals for the next year and what they want to accomplish. And Collin wrote some things down, and we told Collin, hey, in order to accomplish these things, you got to work more than everybody else. And a few things, he wanted to lead EYBL in scoring. He wanted to be a McDonald's All-American. He wanted to make USA basketball. And the last thing he wrote down, he wanted to win a state championship and wanted to win a national championship. So we're on target right now for most of those things. And we just put a plan in place for him to get better every day. And he's a kid that's been in the gym in the morning and at night. So he's just getting better every day.
Well, tell us about him as a player. Is he a 1-2? I did get a chance to watch him play in Vegas when he played with CP3, the game that was on TV. He basically just took the game over. But what position do you see him moving into in college? Will he play both spots? Where do you see that?
He'll play both spots. He's a guy who can play on the ball, off the ball. We've been fortunate here at Pebblebrook to have some very, very good guards. We have a guard at Clemson and a guard at Auburn, and he's played point with them, and he's played off the ball with them. So he can play either position, and he's happy at either position. He's going to celebrate. If he gives you a great assist, he's going to be up dancing before everybody else. And he can score it, and he has a knack of drawing fouls. That's uncanny for a kid just to draw fouls the way he draws fouls.
We're speaking with George Washington, the head coach at Pebblebrook High School, which is where Collin Sexton plays. Go ahead, Dad, with the question.
Coach, I understand you've done a great job with it, so congratulations to you along with him. Is he a kid you think that would prefer to get it over with, signing wise, or is a kid who's going to kind of wait? I know he's got so many offers. Is he a kid that's probably going to wait through the basketball season to the end? Does he have ever give you any thoughts about that?
The plan is to get it done before we start our season. And they're really thinking about wrapping it up in mid-September and then end of September. The thing he's been talking about, he's been talking to some other guys at Alabama recruiting, and all those guys are talking and trying to see what they're going to do. And so he probably wants to get it done mid-September.
Okay.
Well, Coach, give us, I know I heard an interview of a guy who's kind of followed him, and he kind of said, they said Collin, maybe prior to the summer, had 5 schools, and he said he was going to stick with those 5 who were there early, but then he kind of just blew up, to be honest with you. I think maybe some people had not seen him as much. How many schools are in it now, and does he have a top 5? How are you guys going to sit down and, kind of weed through this thing? Because it can get out of control with a kid like this where you got to try to make some sense to it. Hey, what are you looking for? Hey, let's find 5 schools that fit this criteria and take business. How are you guys going to narrow this thing down?
We got a meeting scheduled the end of this week, and we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about what's going to benefit Collin the most. It's got to be a coaching staff that's going to allow Collin to be Collin. Collin can play on the ball, off the ball. Style of play is going to be really important. He's got to go somewhere they're going to play up-tempo. And then it's all about relationships. For him, it's going to be he needs a great relationship with the coaching staff and someone on their coaching staff. Coach Petway has done a superior job, and Coach Johnson has done an excellent job of developing a relationship with Collin and his family. They're very family-oriented. So narrowing it down is going to be, who they have the relationships with and style of play. That's going to be the primary thing, and an opportunity for him to play early.
Yeah, obviously, we know Coach Petway well, Coach